Hello, everybody. It is Jamie, and I'm back for another reading for you guys. It is Friday, May 22nd, and it is exactly a new moon, which is pretty cool. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great experience during this challenge, and I'm on a little bit of a rocky table. I'll try not to touch it too much. I really hope you guys had a good experience, had good revelations, and just found different parts of yourself through this search, this journey, this challenge that you did. Sometimes we're hiding in all these little places. Sometimes we lie to ourselves about parts of ourselves, and it's always good to find some honesty and some clarity. So I wanted to give you one more message to send you off, and to take a gathering of what you've just been through, what parts of it you want to continue honoring and continue bringing into your daily life. Okay, so asking for divine guidance, asking for any kind of influence that needs to come into the collective for this little special group of people that we have. And yeah, pretty much anything that would do well to serve us and that we would do well to serve. A little bit of a change of scenery. Outside, and it's beautiful. Okay. The rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life. And here's the card. And this goes back to, I think, breathing, about stillness within us, about, when we get anxious, when we get scared, everything is kind of racing and it's chaotic and it's confusing and it influences everything and we're just in a state of anxiety. But when we can collectively take it into ourselves and slow down and take in some deep breaths and just, if you do just a simple 3 breath kind of pause, 4 counts breathing in, 4 counts hold, 4 counts out, and if you repeat that, then you'll be able to actually physically calm yourself down, which will also calm down the mental state that you're in. This is card number 4, and it's breathe. The rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life. Breath is the sacred thread that runs through us all. Each and every one of us needs to breathe to be alive. I hear it's It enhances our awareness, allows us to shape our perspective, and enlivens our presence moment to moment. Slow down and deepen your breath. If you listen closely, your breath has a rhythm. If you feel closely, your breath has a pattern. Your breath responds to mood, emotion, movement, and energy. The simple act of breathing can be incredibly healing when practiced mindfully. Your breath may change when you are tense or soft, resting or dancing, making love or feeling angry. Breath is present through it all. A deeper and more rhythmic breath will bring more centered awareness into your entire being. As you cultivate a practice of healing, healthy breathing, the world around you and within you will respond to the shift. So, breath. I've been doing so much deep breathing this last month, and it's a relief, it's a release, it's a bringing to mind, how many things go on in our life that just, they fly past us or into our consciousness, they grab our attention, they distract us, they kind of steer us off course of where we want to be present, where we want to be engaged, where we want to apply our attention. So when you start conscious breathing, when you start deep, mindful breathing. It will follow you past your meditation. It'll be with you every time you sit down, but anywhere you go, you can always just close your eyes, smile, and take a deep breath. And just, it brings you back. It brings you back to who you are. It's different for everyone, right? So the ritual is pranic breathing. Pranayama translates to the control of the breath. It supports and shapes our prana, our vital energy and life force. Learning to control your breath and energy is an invaluable tool for a healthy body and mind. Practice the following for 3 to 11 minutes and revisit this tool often. Find a stable, relaxed seating position, straight, upright spine, and soft face. Breathe through your nose, observing the natural, rhythmic repetition. Begin to mentally count the lengths of your breath, slowly and steadily. Start with a 4 count of equal length. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also do the 4-minute pause in between. That's just holding on to all that active, good stuff that your body's being flushed, all that oxygen. It's enlivening your cells. After several rounds, increase to a 6 count, an 8 count, possibly a 10 count. Continue for several minutes. In Kundalini Yoga, they suggest 3, 7, or 11. Then increase your exhale by 2 to 4 seconds longer than your inhale. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little slower than I just counted though. Continue to increase the count as you go for several more minutes. Be absorbed by the it's the word for metronome, metronomic rhythm. When complete, become aware of any change you feel and repeat the mantra 3 times. So no matter what, we can always be accessible to our breathing. We can always be more conscious of our breathing. And honestly, meditation isn't just getting stuck in this state where like all of a sudden like I'm getting divine influence in me and divine knowledge. Meditation is a practice that if your monkey brain, if your chatter goes all over the place and you can't live a life you want to live, then you can practice rhythmic breathing. You can practice mindful breathing. And when you do that, your awareness, it'll come back to the same room. It'll come back to the same little spot. It's reliable. And it can be anywhere. It could be on a plane. It could be in a really stressful situation. It could be in a really loving situation. It can be just to absorb the moments that you're having. I don't have the mystical wisdom deck with me, but I can do one more of these because, it's the end of a little journey, and I feel like I want to give more. So let's just see if there's anything else that we could do to give an eye to, give attention to, give some love to, just if we want to do a little bit more than just breathe, because we're always breathing. Okay, so feet on the floor. Deep breath. Oh no, there's a saw. My inner compass knows the way. This is really beautiful. So, my inner compass knows the way. There's some noises happening around me. It's fine. Okay, intuition. My inner compass knows the way. Our inner compass is our intuition. When we pause to listen, we expand into its wisdom. As we strengthen our relationship to this gentle yet directive voice inside, it becomes brighter and clearer. The presence of your intuition is centered, honest, loving, calm, supportive, and guided. Life feels more synchronized and happy when you awaken your inner guide. Its opposite is fear, which feels stuck, confused, anxious, over-controlling, disconnected, or heavy. We may be carrying fear from our childhood or even lifetimes ago. Yet in any moment, we can choose to ask for guidance. Experiment with this deeper listening to validate what you see, hear, and feel, even if it doesn't appear logical at first. Engage with your inner compass daily and let it ripple into every aspect of your life. So that's just right back there with the breath. That is where your inner compass will begin to develop, with breath. You don't have to do a half hour of meditation every day. You could do 5 minutes here. You can do 5 minutes there. You can do a yoga nidra before you go to sleep. All you want to do is get yourself into a place where there is a consistent practice developing, and you come back to you as your rock, man, like as your, how do you say, albatross, as your end all be all. Check in with yourself first. You know more than anyone else what you need in any situation. You know more what you need to do, and it's not your job to please everybody else. You might have different jobs, like taking care of a baby or supporting a spouse or being a boss. But when it comes to you and what you think you need to get out of suffering, to get out of neurosis, to get out of just, mental bullying, these things will develop. They will help you develop the rock and the self-love that you need to see that. So the ritual is follow your compass. This ritual will help you to get to know the sound and feeling of your loving, directive, intuitive voice. Find a time when you can devote at least 1 hour and up to a full day traveling wherever the wind blows you. Begin with the journal entry. How does your intuition speak to you? How do you feel? How does this voice sound? What specific sensations arise? Then, with a clear connection to the presence of your intuition, gear up for your journey with no particular goal or plan. Walk, bike, drive, whatever you see fit. Intuit where your body wants to go. Turn left, turn right, or pause when your inner compass tells you to. Let go of needing to know what comes next, while maintaining an anchored connection to your gut and intuition throughout. Enjoy the ride and learn along the way. Once done, revisit your journal and write about how this experience has awakened your inner compass. So, if I didn't already do it, there's the note on intuition, and there is the note on the ritual. And what's also cool is it's May 22nd. It's a new moon. This is card number 22. Also kind of matches my dress. And I'm so happy that I got to be here to share with you guys. Developing self-love and awareness it's a lifetime process, and it should be fun, and it should be loving, and it should evolve. And then there's times where you're gonna get knocked down, like the cycles, right? You're just gonna get knocked back down again, and you have to get back up. And you'll do so with more awareness, with more knowing. And when you do something like this, it's also really cool to be extra aware or hypersensitive of your senses. What does the air feel like? What does this feel like? What is the smell in the air, right? Like when you look at a plant, when you follow the lines of its branches and you see the little blossoms, if you take moments to try to give some extra attention to things, you get to appreciate them in a whole new way. So I love you guys. I love you, Justine. I love you, life. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I hope you can take so many of the great things that you learned at this experience with you. And if you put them down along the way, you can always pick them back up. Okay. Be well, be happy, be safe.